Let's talk about getting right with God or being on a path to God from a non denominational standpoint. Whatever your belief is, getting right with God will likely involve worship and customs that are specific to your religion. But apart from that, most religions also give guidance on how to live your life. And because God and religion are normally thought to be good, being on a path to God will likely involve trying to be good or living a good life. So, what is good? I would suggest that no matter what your religion is, being good would be pretty consistent with being honest and living in alignment with basic human principles such as, fairness, equality, kindness, compassion, courage, forgiveness, that sort of thing. In a word, getting right with God would probably at least involve living with integrity, the definition of which is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Now, there will be differences of opinion on how principles are defined or achieved, such as, what's fair, what's not. But if people are honest, if they have depth in their thought process, if they give adequate issues adequate consideration, the differences should be manageable. They should be healthy differences. Now, you would think that integrity should be something that we could all agree on, religious or not, but I've brought this up before, and believe it or not, I've gotten pushback. So, for further discussion purposes, I think it's useful to break the one word integrity into two words of honesty and decency, with decency referring to the other human principles. It's useful to do this because honesty really is the linchpin that drives all the other moral principles. If someone is going to be unfair, unkind, lacking in compassion or courage, then they will normally be dishonest about it, right? People generally, at least, don't want to admit that they're kind of being a jerk. Honesty really is the key to being aligned with integrity as well as being on the right path to God. And honesty is definitely what many people struggle with. They find ways to rationalize being dishonest or on principles and passing it off as being honest. They will often make excuses saying things like, well, it's just my opinion, or they use false equivalencies or flat out denial. They accuse others of doing the things that they themselves are doing. They intentionally disregard information that they don't like. They're either intentionally or irresponsibly ignorant. They repeat the lies of others. They regularly tune into and repeat disinformation, even though they really should know better. They lack skepticism. They don't question things. Rather than seeking the truth, they seek out what they want to hear. These are all ways that people justify dishonesty and unprincipled behavior. So, if you tune into and support people who routinely lie, spread conspiracies, act in bad faith, support bigotry and discrimination, attack marginalized group, abuse women, attack the rights of women, break the law, betray the Constitution, then you have likely gotten off the path that leads you to God. You are doing the opposite of getting right with God. Now, if that's the case, it's never too late to get back on the path. That's where that whole forgiveness thing really comes in handy.